everyone, it's Carol here. I thought I'd do a quick tutorial today on personalised wine glass charms. With Christmas coming, wouldn't it be great to give your guests a personalised wine glass charm so that they always knew which wine glass was theirs? So what I've done here is I've used a letter bead and some seed beads, a Bicone and a Filigree bead to make a little charm to hang on this wine glass charm. Super quick, super easy, and why not make them as gifts for your guests? To make this personalised wine glass charm, you'll need some wire. So this is 26 gauge wire and I've got about 25 centimetres. You will also need a wine glass charm. You will need a Bicone. This one is a 6mm. Doesn't matter whether it's glass or acrylic, it really doesn't. These are 11OC beads and they are silver lined. I've got a 4mm filigree bead here, gold bead, and a letter bead. Now you could make any design you want for this. I just chose one and I'm just going to show you how I made mine. But yeah, let your imagination run away with you. So the first thing we're going to do is put on some seed beads. Now you'll need 8. So just pop those on your wire. Just double check the number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you're going to put your bead on. Now you want to make sure that your bead is facing the right way. So I want the seed beads to run around the bottom of my J. So I'm going to just bend my wire up around the bead a little bit so that I know where it sits. Now notice I put my beads right in the middle. Now I'm going to feed on my bead onto the wire. And I'm going to feed the other end of the wire through the bead as well, going the other way. And I'm going to pull up really, really tight as I possibly can. Okay, so that's the bottom half of your charm. Then we're going to feed on 4 seed beads on one side. Feed them down to your bead, and we're going to put 4 seed beads on the other side. Oops. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, as you can see, I'm going to bend the wires up so that they meet at the top. And I want this to be nice and tight as I can get it, so that they sit nicely around the bead. Okay, now I'm going to cross one of my wires over the other, like that. And then I'm going to hold those two between my finger and my thumb, putting my nail right down on that cross, and I'm just going to twist a couple of times. There we go. And I can play with this a bit to make sure that it's sitting right. Now I'm going to cut off one of my wires on the back side, as close as I can get it. And I'm just going to take my pliers and just squeeze everything in so that there's no sticky out bits. Okay, so that's what I have now. Just adjust the wires so that the beads are sitting nicely spaced around the letter bead. Next I'm going to take my Bicone and pop that on. Now the trick here is you want your wire wrapping to be fine enough so that you can put your bicone right over the wraps so that it covers them. Then I'm going to put on my filigree bead. There it goes. And I'm going to take my round nose pliers and make a loop. Now before I make my loop, I'm just going to bend my wire over to be at right angles. And I want to leave about 2 millimeters between the bead and the bend. Now I'm taking my round nose pliers and popping the wire between the jaws, about 1/2 centimeter from the end, maybe a little bit more, and I'm going to wrap that wire around and to the bottom. Now I'm going to move my pliers to the other jaw and just bring the wire up there. And while I've got this in the jaws, I'm just going to take that end and I'm going to twist it around a couple of times. Probably about 4. And finish on the back. Now I'm going to turn it over and take my cutters. Using the flush side, I'm going to trim off that end as close as possible to the beads, holding the end. And just push any ends down in any sticky out pieces. Not quite so important with your wine glass charm, it's not going to catch on your clothes up there, so it should be okay. And now I simply take my charm here and feed it on, making sure it goes on the right way. Oops. And that's it. Now I've got a couple of wine glass charms, personalised wine glass charms. So you can see how quickly that was to make. So if you've got a few people coming for a party, you could always whip up a few of these and give them to them as gifts, and they can take them to other parties that they go to. Hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, please subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so that you'll be notified when I upload new videos. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.